Hi friends, welcome back. After looking into the collector to base bias circuit, now let us add emitter resistor, that is a resistor between emitter and ground. And the effect of this is number one, the base voltage which was supposed to be at VBE earlier because emitter was in the ground, and hence the base voltage was very small. A small variation here would make more disturbance in the circuit. So to ensure this, the base voltage is to be elevated, and for elevating the base voltage, we just elevate the emitter voltage. So the emitter voltage is no longer at zero; it is somewhere above that, and that is decided by the current flowing in the emitter times Re. The current flowing in the emitter is IC plus IB. So IC plus IB times Re will be the emitter voltage, and this emitter voltage plus base emitter voltage will give the base voltage. So base voltage is much higher than VBE as compared to the previous case. So that's one improvement we had. Next is this RE is going to provide additional stability to our operating point. How? Let us see. For some reason, let us assume VB gets changed, maybe thermal drift. So VB say increased. If VB increased, then VB also gets increased because VBE increased plus VE will make VB to increase. If VB increased, then VC minus VB by RB is the base current, and hence the base current is going to reduce, and reduction in base current will definitely reduce collector current, and reduction in collector current will reduce emitter current. Base current reduced, collector current reduced. Therefore, the sum of the two currents, emitter current is the sum of collector current and base current. Since both are reducing, then definitely emitter current will reduce. And if emitter current reduces, then definitely VE gets reduced. And VE gets reduced, then what would happen is VB gets reduced. So with the reduction in increase in VBE, we found that VB increased, and this increase in VB created chain of actions. VB increase will reduce IB, reduction in IB will reduce IC, reduction in IC will reduce IE, reduction in IE will reduce VE, reduction in VE will reduce VB, and this counteracts with whatever was increasing VB. Now that is taken care by this chain of actions, and hence the IC value gets back to its original place because VB change is counteracted, and because of which IB change is no more there. No change in IB means no change in IC. No change in IC means no change in VCE. No change in VCE means operating point is back to its original place. Apart from the feedback we had from the collector to base connection, as we checked in the previous session, this is also providing a feedback effect and trying to make sure that the operating point is at its stable position. So this may be, as an example, we just looked at VBE. So thermal drift, so change in beta of transistor. So for a given IB, If beta changes, then IC will change. If IC changes, then the voltage will change. If the voltage change, this voltage will change. If this voltage change, then this voltage will change. And then IB gets back to its smaller value, and then accordingly IC also gets back to its original place, and VC gets it to its original place, and that way the whole reaction again can be explained as we have seen in our previous lecture. So that's advantage of working with one more resistor, that is RE. This is an additional support for making sure that the operating point remains at its stable place. So that's going to help in fixing the operating point. At the same time, is going to ensure that the stability of the operating point is maintained, whatever be the reason. Due to temperature changes, VB may change. Due to temperature changes, beta may change, and all such effects are taken care by these two feedbacks. One feedback collector to base connection, and other feedback is the emitter resistor. So that's it for now. We have one more important circuit coming up called self bias, and till then, take care. See you. Bye.